went wild when the band played, how I ran to the man when his hand swayed. Clarinets were my pets and the slide trombone I thought was simply divine. But today when they play I could hiss them, every bar is a jar to my system. But there's one musical instrument that I call mine. I love a piano, I love a piano, I love to hear somebody play on a piano, a grand piano, it simply carries me away.
My name is Raleigh Zellman, Riley Lucas Esley Zellman, and I was named after my uncle. First name was Raleigh, I was named after him. And Lucas, that's my dad's name, named after him too. And Esley, that's on my mother's side, and her name was Esley, and that's where I got the Esley.
Give me a P-I-A-N-O-O-O, I love to sit right beside him.
I grew up in this house. That's where I was born and raised.
When the green tetrazzine starts to wobble, I grow cold as an old piece of marble.
My grandfolks Zellmans, they come from Switzerland. He's only over here 3 weeks and he was born. And he used to tell people, I was seated in Switzerland and born in Iowa. Zellmans just lived up around Fairfield here. A lot of Zellmans years ago lived down around there. They come from Switzerland, but they're all gone now. Now I'm the only Zellman in Jefferson County left. Well, when the folks got married, he bought that place for 190 acres for $5,000. But it needed a lot of work and stuff. The trees was there, he wanted to farm it. And my mother used to say, she remembers he had a hired man, and they'd go down there to 30 below zero and dig them roots out and stuff, you know, in cold weather. And then that's how that lumber went in that house. Well, I was born in that house, and I grew up there, and there was 10 in the family, 7 girls and 3 boys. And one girl got pneumonia or something, and she died before I was born, but still left of us 9 left. She was only about 2 years old when she died. I used to play in this barn, hide go seek and all that kind of going on, and the way kids do, you know. And we always got along, neighbor kids. That barn could tell a lot of stories if we could talk. Wintertime, that's where we'd milk our cows at down there. Then we had a horse barn, and that's where we kept the horses. And then they had what we called the sugar camp, and there's 25 or 30 hard maple trees. These they were about like that, approximately like that. There was somebody from Des Moines or Iowa City come down and took a picture of the hard maples. There was between 25 and 30 in the neighborhood of the hard maples. Now some of them has died off yet. Yeah, I had a hound until I was 85 years old. Sometimes just 1 dog or sometimes 2 dogs. Yeah. And I had to quit. Yeah. I knew her husband before I knew Elsie. She had married into the Smith family, and I was neighbors to him. and he passed away, and we got together after he was dead 2 or 3 years. We've been married 40 years. Oh, this here. See, this guy, he knew my dad, and he was in the Civil War. This old man was, and he says, when I'm through with it, Luke, my dad was named Lucas. He says, I'm going to give it to you. Then when he died, my dad, he kept it then, and he used it until he died. My dad did. But it's in the Civil War. But if that could talk, I could talk. That could tell a lot of stories. I started using it a little over a year ago now. Yeah. My legs kind of give out on me a little bit once in a while. But that could tell a lot of stories. That's all I have to say right now.
When the green tetrazzine starts to wobble, I grow cold as an old piece of marble. I allude to the crude little party singer who don't know when to pause. At her best, I detest the soprano, but I run to the one at the piano. I always love the accompaniment, and that's because I love a piano. I love a piano. I love to hear somebody play on a piano, a grand piano. It simply carries me away. I know a fine way to treat a sine wave. I love to run my fingers o'er the keys, the ivories, and with the pedal I love to meddle. When Paderewski comes this way, I'm so delighted if I'm invited to hear that long-haired genius play. So you can keep your fiddle and your bow, give me a piano. Oh, I love to sit right beside an upright or a high-toned baby grand.